So now I will share you. Yes, this one we completed. So this part 2 is focusing more on business partner. Okay. So let me not spend much time on this. So you can go through this. But what I will spend time on this now is on the purchasing documents, which are related to the purchase requisitions, purchase orders. Okay. Now, here, purchase requisition number range. For example, no number ranges have to be defined for purchase requisition separately, purchase order separately, like that you have to define it. So this is the menu path. And we go there for intervals and define this number range. It like what we created for the metal master, similar to that. Then we have to assign these purchase requisitions to the purchase document type as well. For that, you have to create the purchase document types. So you go there, define the document types. Okay. So this is the purchase document type, right? NB. This is what we are using, because there may be some purchase requisitions which are for the domestic purchase. There may be some for import purchase, or there may be some what is subcontracting. So these things, some companies may want to have differentiated purchase, and also where the item categories can be allowed like this. No, there may be different approaches will be there. For that, they will have different type of documents for purchase requisitions. For that, it will be used document type. If you want to create new one, we can create new one like this. And then, for example, this is the Y and B, something which I created, and all these things, right? The number range, those details, which is the number range I want to assign. Those things also I'm giving here. For this particular purchase requisition, what is the number range here I give? Sorry. So these things are here. Okay. So number of now, it will also copy. For example, I'm copying from other one, it will copy everything in details there. Okay. And then what are the item categories allowed? Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what are the item categories allowed? Those things, if I double click here, system will show that what are the item categories. For example, with the purchase requisition, the type document, I can buy standard purchase or consignment or subcontracting. This is what now it is differentiating. That particular document type I will use only for subcontracting, means I will assign only subcontracting. If I have to assign only this regular purchase, will assign only this regular purchase, right? Then serial numbers. If I want to assign serial numbers, I can assign it. Then account assignments. For example, I want to have this. What are all we have the cost center purchase or project purchase. Those things we can create the accounting assignments. Then account assignment categories. Here we see that asset means that what is a mandatory. Then business assembly partners. Those kind of assignment categories we can create, and then we can save them. For example, this is the account assignment for asset. This is account assignment for cost center. So it is a cost center means what are the things required? Cost center is optional entry. Like this, we have different options there. Then blocking the functions in the purchase order. So for example, there is a business function which is capturing the reasons for blocking a purchase order. For example, I want to block one purchase order. I can block the purchase order with some reason. Those things also we can configure here. But this particular configuration is not appearing in our system. But this is available in the recent systems there. But for that, we have to activate this. This particular business function has to be activated. So when you're doing this purchase order ME22, at that time, we can block the purchase order with some reason. Because there may be some point, we have to assign them. And then account assignment categories for the purchase orders. In purchase order, the same thing, similar things are there. And then item category and what is the account assignment? For example, all the stock items, they may be used for internal customer or production order. It may be used for project. Similarly, other things also. This one we are combining them. And then purchase order creation, how to do the progress tracking. That is also there. For example, event or event scenario. For example, there is some delay in purchase order. Then we can highlight these things. And also we can do the progress checking and the progress evaluation. These things we can do with these settings. For example, purchase order, progress tracking, define the event scenario, maintain the relationship between, like this, step by step we can do it. These are some logical sequences are there. With these things, we can define them. For example, purchase order confirmed, purchase order delivery list received. Then we can assign these things to scenarios.
Sir,
And then,
process tracking, you said is same as an traceability, sir. It comes under traceability.
correct, but it is with respect to the purchase order.
Okay, sir.
And then we are having the assignment of E1 to the E1 scenarios. How do we assign them, right? And then how to assign these to metal group. These things are there. And then the confirmations, right? Progress tracking configuration. Here we can do these configurations. For example, standard profile purchase order. Like if a plant is more than baseline means green, or if it is forecast is more than baseline, what is the yellow? Like this, we can configure them. And then external confirmation category. If a metal is coming from external, how do you do it? For example, I want to do the order acknowledgement. This will be mostly used for intercompany purchase. During intercompany purchase, I want to do the confirmations, which has to be given by system. At that time, you can use these settings. And the internal confirmation categories. This is not like interplant, those kind of things we can use. And then set up the confirmation control, like inbound delivery. These things have to be created automatically. Those options we can do from here. Right. So these are some of the things which are related to purchase request and purchase order. So some people may think, MM system is a simple one, but it is not simple. Okay, it is having its own complexities. Then it is a part 4, which is talking about. Sorry.
No, sir, nothing, sir.
Okay. Then we have the messages and outputs. Okay. So how the message determination. So this is what now. Sometimes when I want to have message determination like purchase order, scheduling agreement, RFQ, what kind of message has to come out, how the message has to be passed. So for example, define the condition table. No, you have to define the condition table. You have to define the access. Okay. Then based on this purchase order, based on the purchase organization, based on vendor, how this sequence of these operations should happen. Like this, it will be sequentially, it will be done based on the access sequence. Then we'll define whether it is a print output has to go, or fax output has to go, external it has to send. These things are defined here. That is the sequence. Then message schema. How do you define the message schema there? Like purchase order, other things, how they have been defined. So we go here, then we define the partner roles also. What are the output devices? Those things we can define. That where it has to be printed. Then pricing procedure. How the pricing is determined. That is done through the condition type, condition records, condition tables, condition sequence. Based on these things, pricing procedure defined. So these are various steps involved in this pricing. Okay, condition types, right? Then access sequence. I mean, what kind of sequence it has to follow? First, it has to calculate gross price, then it has to take tax, then it has to take freight, then it has to take a discount. With these things, it will go. Then calculation. How the calculation has to happen, right? This is a calculation schema. This one now, first what are all the calculation it has to take. Like this, one by one, it will go. Then schema group. Schema group is what? It is defined in the schema group for suppliers, whether you have to assign this schema to specific supplier or to specific purchase organizations. Those things we can define. Okay. And then stock transfer order also. So like this, for many things are there here, right? Maybe if you want to go through these things, I explain these things in the YouTube also. Okay. The configurations, each one, especially the right? One by one, I explain in the YouTube also. Please go through them. Each one is a 15-20 minutes video is there. Go through them. That will give some good idea. But at the same time, that is giving only the introduction, whatever we are discussing here. But further details, you have to explore. One by one, you have to go, you have to understand them. Right? Okay. Right. With this, we are completing the discussion for today, and also we are completing the course. And what do you feel about this course?
Very helpful, sir. Very helpful. So I will be going through some of it as soon as this is over, sir. I will maybe making proper notes also, sir. Something like